Okay, today guys, we have Melissa DeLaCruz. I'm actually pretty excited about this one because it's not something I tend to do myself. Yeah. You're gonna mix a couple things in the acrylic, not like placed in it, but like mixed together.
A lot of times I layer stuff, but it's kind of cool to add. If you're in a hurry, you still get the dimensional effect. So I'm gonna add acrylic, glitters, Mylar, and confetti.
We're mixing it into the acrylic.
Yes, some of them, I'm not doing it to all of them, but I'm doing it to a couple of them. So kind of give you an idea of what you could achieve that way as well. There's many different ways to do it. So
I like this. I like it because it's like preset, done, you're good to go.
Yep.
Cool.
Voila, done.
Can't wait.
Hey, I'm back for some more of the art of custom mixing. Today we're going to custom mix acrylic colors. So let's get started. It's going to be a lot of fun. So my first color is going to be used with Speed Bubblegum Pink. I'm going to use Star Sand and Crushed Pearls and some Piece Pieces Mylar that was a limited edition. I hope you have it. If you don't, no worries. It's still pretty with Crushed Pearls and Star Sand. So let's start mixing. So when you custom mix acrylic, you could have like a little scoop or the little size, it's a pinch. And your ratio for that would be anything you mix with glitter, say 3 scoops of glitter, you would need 9 scoops of clear. So the ratio is 1 to 3. 1 scoop glitter, 3 scoops clear, or 3 scoops acrylic. Okay, so you can mix it in clear. In this case, I'm mixing it in bubblegum, which is normally like a cover color, but it's a super pretty pink color. So your ratio is always 1 to 3. So in this case, I'm not using a scoop. Some prefer a scoop, that's why I'm mentioning a scoop. I usually just go off my little container right here. My little container right here has, if you fill it up to, say, to the top, like to this first level right here, if that's 4 parts, you would do a quarter right here. And then, so 1 part glitter, and the rest of the 3/4 would be acrylic, okay? So 1 to 3, I'm using this as a quarter of the way up of glitter, and then the rest with acrylic of my choice, okay? So it'll make more sense as I do it, okay? So let's mix our glitter first. Let's do Star Sand, and I may peek at it to see where I'm at. Crushed Pearls, and some Piece. If you look at it sideways, let me level it out, it's about a quarter up. Okay, so I'm gonna fill it up with Speed Bubblegum Pink. That's my 3 parts to my 1. I like to turn it upside down and roll it, kind of roll it around. I don't have that big of hands, but I kind of like to roll it. Okay, so let's start with this one. I'm going to use my Speed Clear to cap it. What I'm going to do, let me explain what I'm going to do before I do it. I like to put a thin layer of acrylic on the bottom, a full coverage where it's covering the whole nail. You could use this on the free edge, you could do a French look. You could use your total imagination with this. I'm going to do a full coverage so you could really see the color. So I'm going to make my layer pretty thin and then come in with my clear to encapsulate it. What that's going to do is 2 things. It's going to make my custom mix look dimensional, and it's also going to save me money because clear costs a lot less than your custom mix does, okay? So, and also will dry faster. A lot of times when you build your whole nail with acrylic of color, it takes a long time to dry, a lot longer to dry. And also, when you're filing it like into it, you're kind of losing the dimension look. So I would recommend always capping it with clear. So let's get started with this. Wipe my brush. Let me get a little bit more. So it's not moving really fast like acrylic usually does. It's because it's a little chunky, and it's kind of just staying put and flowing very slow. Oh my gosh, this color is so adorable. Of course, me and my nudes. Yes, it's a little bit blingy, but I love any form of nude. It's super pretty and popular in salon if you've noticed. I think because it matches everything you wear, so most people will tend to want that. Okay, once you have it, see how your structure's not really built? It's kind of hard to tell on the training hand. These are kind of thick, the plastic, but it has no structure. It's really flat. I need to build on my structure now in my nail. So I'm gonna come in with my clear, and I'm using Speed Clear. And I'm going to encapsulate the entire nail, holding her finger down and guiding it. Believe it or not, this is my first acrylic of the day. So by my second one, I'll get the feel of my acrylic really well. Always your first one doesn't count as far as the flow, right? That's reality in salon. Wasn't too bad. So let me let it set a sec. I'm wiping all my liquid out of my brush. There we go. So as you could see, if you look at it real close, you pretty much could see the dimension already. It's a little cloudy because the clear is drying. As soon as it dries, it'll be crystal clear. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. For my next color, what I want to do is kind of a cool pink mix. I kind of make it a little bold looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Cotton Candy, Dragon Fruit, Pinky, Crush, Star Sand, and Crushed Pearls. So let's open this up. Let's do some Cotton Candy. Dragon Fruit. Now I'm going to put a little more Crush and a little more Pinky, because I want more of these two colors. You could do what you want with it. I'm just kind of wanting a certain color. So I'm gonna put a little more of this and a little more Crush. Star Sand. And Crushed Pearls. Now this is when you're playing Chemist Barbie, right? So fun. Okay, let's look and see what it looks like before I add. That's kind of a brighter pink. I really like it. So the rest I'm going to fill it up with clear. Okay, so let's apply this color. You know what? There's one little trick I could show you real quick. So let me show you real fast. Let me wipe this right here. Let's say that your client changes out her color a lot. Sometimes my clients will wear the same color for a while, for a season or something, but let's say you're having to electric file this off, okay? What I would do is take a little bit of clear. This is a great trick. I didn't do it on the other one, but it's kind of made with the pink, so if a little bit's left behind, usually you build in pink, so you'll be fine. So just a little bit of clear to create a barrier. That way, when you see the glitter disappear when you're electric filing it off, you stop when you see it disappear and you know you have that barrier of clear. Okay, so let's come in here. Wipe my brush because I don't want a lot of liquid in here. I'll let it flow for me. It's gonna flow a little over, no problem, just kind of wipe it off. Remember, when you point it down, let gravity do the work for you. And you don't have to work it all the way down, cleaning it from the sides. It's easier just to wipe off the tip of it if you need to. Oh, this is kind of a sorbet color too. I must be craving that. I'll have to have some. A very cute color. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take my clear, place it right here, let it roll down. It's a little thick there. No worries, I could always file it. It's much easier to work on a person, let's just say. But it's great to have this training hand, the best training hand I've ever had, because it allows me to do little tricks and things in my head before I practice on my client, right? And it's great practice when you're new, for sure. Once you master this, you're ready for a person. And actually a person's easier Once you've mastered this, a person's a lot easier. Okay, so let's make another color. Okay, now I'm ready for my next one. I'm gonna do kind of a purple vibe. I'm gonna do silver glitter. I'm gonna use Disco Rodeo, Me on a Sky, Lavender, Purple Dawn, and of course, yes, Crushed Pearls and Star Sand, two of my favorite. Again, the mixing to this is like I broke down before, but I'm gonna repeat it real quick. I always say when you do a custom mix your colors with your see-through colors or light colors. So let's open these. This is illumination color, so I'm gonna explain it as I break it down. The secret to custom mixing, right? Okay, so what you have, these are illumination colors, these two right here. These two illumination colors, they are like a solid color, okay? So a solid color, if you mix them all together, it's just gonna be kind of flat, or if you use it by itself. So I'm gonna use these two. I'm gonna use probably more purple, and I'm gonna spike it with this one. I'm gonna use a reflective color, so when I mix it with a holographic color, you're gonna see facets from every direction, so it's gonna kind of reflect out and catch the light. Now all these colors are gonna bring light within this color here. So these are actually bigger. The cut makes a difference too, because these three are different cuts, so it's gonna create different facets as well. These being a bigger cut and this one a little smaller, it's gonna create light through it and look like they're floating in there. And these two are gonna create a little baby light through it all. So it kind of looks like a kaleidoscope. It looks really pretty when it's done. So let's mix this. Let's do a lavender. Let's do Me on a Sky. Really cool color. Let's do some Purple Dawn. This is gonna bring a lot of light through it. A little silver. Now these beautiful, beautiful Disco Rodeo. It's gonna facet everywhere. Star Sand, of course, and Crushed Pearls. I'm gonna add a little bit more of lavender, just a little more lavender, because I could afford the space, right? There's still space in there. I think I wanted a little more intense and a little more Me on a Sky. Let's mix it like this before I add my acrylic, and I actually really like it. So now what I'll do, I'm gonna take my clear and fill it to almost the top. Okay, so let's apply this pretty purple color. Remember to put a little bit of clear down. I suggest this so it's easy when you change out her color. Again, you don't need a whole lot. So now let's go in with our color. There we go. Sometimes I put so little bit of it, it doesn't want to flow really fast, but it's no big deal. You could help it out a little by holding it down and using your brush to move it where you want to. This has like some blue in it, like a rainbow of soft colors. It's super pretty. So now I want to cap it with clear. Let it flow down. It's going one way, help it out. So it's flowing to my left, so I just tweak her hand to her right and it started flowing to her right for me. Take some of this off. So funny because I very rarely do overlays. Usually I'm building from way down here, or I'm doing an overlay on a really long nail. I do a lot of long nails. There we go. Okay, let's custom mix our next color. Okay, for my last custom mix, I'm gonna do like a blue. I'm gonna add a little green to it. I know that seems interesting, but it'll make the color look really cool. So I'm gonna use Incredible Green, Ozone, Stratosphere, Surf, Disco Rodeo, and I'm actually gonna put some Moody in it, which is more of a confetti. They're pretty flat, so it'll work fine in it. I think it'll look cool. So let's go ahead and open these. Let's start with Stratosphere first. Stratosphere. That's gonna be my color that's gonna make it look like have more full coverage. Then I'm gonna use Surf. It's gonna cause a lot of light through it. It's gonna be really pretty. Ozone's gonna facet some cool light colors through it. Now Incredible Green. Incredible Green's gonna be pretty wicked in here. Kind of put a lot of it. Okay, some Disco Rodeo. And some Moody. So let's go ahead and mix this and see what it's gonna look like. That looks really cool. So the rest I'm gonna fill it up with clear. So now let's apply this color. Oh, let's do clear first. That's gonna protect our client's integrity of their nail. Okay, so now let's do the color. Kind of draw out a little monomer. Ooh, I love this color, it's cute. The Incredible Green really made it kind of bright. It's pretty cool. Again, I'm using it really thin. It's not like I'm picking up a bunch, and it always will flow for me. It's not a big deal. This is super thin, as you could see from the side. Let me clean my side. You don't need to build any body with this. This is just for color and the look. Okay, let's put clear over. Hold it straight down and let it cover it for me. Okay, so now let me push this one in. See how you could still maneuver it because it's wet. If you have something you want in more, you have time. Wipe my brush. Okay. So now when these all dry, I'm gonna file them into shape and top coat them, and I'll come back to you with the finished product.
If you liked what you just watched, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, or check out more of what we've got.